There's a good chance you've seen someone sporting kinesiology tape or KT tape before. Some athletes use it to help stabilize joints or help with injuries. But are the tape's helpful effects actually in the muscle or just in the mind? Our medical expert, Dr. Kohli, is here to answer that question for us. Good morning.
Good morning. Have you guys tried this?
I have not, but I see people with it all the time.
A lot of times on the knees.
Yeah, or the arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is KT tape?
So it's a stretchy cotton tape, and just as you said, the idea here is to support the joints, not to restrict their motion, but to support them. And it really can be used for a wide range of types of people who have minor injuries, people who have osteoporosis, people who have joint issues, or even if you just want to improve your posture. So I think I might actually try it for that.
So there's also something known as athletic tape.
Yeah.
They're not the same thing, right? What's the difference between these two?
No, so they're actually quite the opposite. So the kinesiology or KT tape is meant to allow full range of motion, but stabilize your joint while doing so, as opposed to the athletic tape, which is actually meant to restrict motion. So if you have a really bad injury and you need to immobilize your knee, for example, that's what that tape does. The athletic tape stays on for a few hours. This can stay on for days, in fact, and it's really supposed to work in a number of different ways to help really improve circulation and fully support the joint.
What's the theory behind how KT tape even works?
So this is really interesting and fascinating. So the main mechanism is thought to be really that it increases joint awareness in your brain. So by sticking onto your skin receptors, it stimulates your brain to be more aware of your joint. So let's say you put it on your knee, your brain is going to be more aware of your knee, so use better function of the knee. So that's the primary mechanism. Some say that it, like I said, supports the motion of the joint without restricting it. So it allows the joint to kind of move in a more supportive fashion. There's also some research that perhaps it can improve circulation to the joint by stabilizing the ligaments around it, and it can improve something called lymphatic drainage, which is the water drainage of the joint. But I think it's really more that proprioception effect. See, we all know, if you close your eyes, you still know where your hand is, right? Because your brain knows where your body is. If you had a piece of tape on that hand, you would be more aware of exactly where it is in space.
I've often wondered, I'm thinking these are like the best athletes in the world, some of these athletes wearing the tape. I'm thinking, is that tape really making a difference? So what is the answer? Do we have enough research to tell whether or not the KT tape is actually making a difference?
So this huge study just came out, which is why it's really gotten so much attention, 15,000 patients, and they looked at whether or not it made a difference. And all those mechanisms I talked about, it really didn't make a difference. However, people felt better using it, and that was pretty consistent. So they said it's what's called a placebo effect, that it's not increasing circulation probably, it's not increasing lymphatic drainage, but it is making you feel better, making you feel like you're using your joint more, performing better. So they've looked across the board at physical therapists, and over 40% of them recommend KT tape to their clients because of this placebo effect. So whether it's in our brain or in our bones, it's making us feel better, and so I'm a fan of it.
I feel like the same thing happens to me when I'm driving home. I can get from work to home without that map on my car, but I always punch in my address just to feel a little bit better. That's exactly where I'm going.
Do you remember that ER episode where
No.
they gave Obicap, which is placebo spelled backwards. Now in medicine, it's considered unethical to give somebody something and tell them it's a medicine.
Right.
But this placebo effect is real, guys. I mean, a lot of times, because pain and perception, these are all things in our brain and how we feel it. So.
Aside from the fact that you said that you can leave this on for days, which grosses me out in the first place, is there any harm to KT tape?
Yeah, so if you're an older person, your skin is really thin, right? It gets thinner as you get older, and so it can really cause a lot of skin irritation. It can even tear the skin. So you want to be really careful as you get older. Don't want to use it if you have any kind of skin issues, eczema, psoriasis, on any open wounds. But they even say people who have problems with circulation, like peripheral arterial disease, if you've ever had a blood clot or a DVT, these are people that wouldn't want to use it. But for the most part, it's pretty harmless. Now be careful when you use it, because if you put it on the wrong way, you overstretch it, it puts tension on your skin, it can cause skin damage or skin tearing. If you understretch it or wrinkle it, it can also increase water to trap under the tape, which can also cause skin irritation. So it comes in pre-cut strips. You want to do it so it's stretched just the right amount. You don't want it putting traction or tension on your skin. But if you want to try it for back pain or shoulder pain or better posture,
Yeah.
like I said.
You got me with the posture.
Dr. Kohli giving us the lowdown, the skinny, if you will, on the KT tape. Thanks for coming in today.